Y'all, if y'all can't hear me, just tell me to talk louder. Stop talking.
Talk louder.
Hey.
Alright. No, it won't. Shut up. Alright. So, as all of y'all know, my name is Rahja. I was born with, like, my mom was close friends with my dad when they were little. My dad was born, raised by his dad in Detroit for about a good 5 to 6 years. He came down here, moved with his mom. Then my mom and my dad were like close friends. And then my dad was like a bad kid all the time, but he really didn't. He was overprotective. So then later on when they grew up, they ended up getting married and being in a relationship together. But my dad was like a big time drug dealer, so my mom just got caught into it. And my dad would get arrested a lot. And then when he wasn't in jail, my mom was in jail. Or either when they was both out of jail, they both getting into some trouble. Like, my dad got so many unanswered murder cases, and that was just him. If he wasn't killing nobody, he was selling drugs. And so my great grandma, which was like a mom to him because he didn't really claim my grandma, and she used to grow the drugs and make the drugs that they sold. And then I was spending a lot of time with her when I was born. So we got older, my dad was in jail, and so my mom met my stepdad. When they met, I was with him most of the time. You know, he was teaching me how to fight and everything. And I'm like 2 over here hitting people in the face, fighting people. And you know, I had my aunt, which is she lived up the street, and you know, she was dating this guy named Michael Jefferson. And they recently got married, but he was like always there, telling me to do good things and putting up with me, watching the stupidest TV shows that I wanted to watch. One time I wanted him to fix us breakfast. He thought I was playing with him, so I hit him in the eye. That was the funniest thing. But my dad got out of jail one day, and my mom, he was going home to go see me and my mom. So my mom called him, and she's like, when you get to the house, there's going to be a man there playing with your son. That's his stepdad. He was like, what? Like, you not finna have another dude in the house playing with my son. And so he was like, he was finna go out there and kill my stepdad. And so my mom called my stepdad, and she was like, you need some protection, so go ahead and call your brother. So they about to get into this big fight. So my mom called my great grandma, and she had to cuss my dad out. She like, you can't get mad just because you've been in and out of jail, and this boy needed somebody to look up to. So that stopped that whole thing. So we growing up. About 2 weeks before I turned 4, November 14, 2003, my dad got shot by this dude that they was like in the house with. It was him, my goddad, and my dad. They all had a house together, I guess. And the dude who shot my dad came in with another dude, and that dude shot my goddad. And, you know, I really didn't know nothing about it, so it didn't really faze me a lot. Probably over some stupid stuff. So I'm getting older, and my mom and my stepdad got married. We started going to church a lot, but I really didn't care because, you know, you just a kid going to church. You didn't really have a choice. If you want me to tell the truth, I just went to church to do the connect the dots and chew some gum, because that was the only way we made it through church without sleeping, is my dad would give us gum. And so he raised me. I got into a lot of trouble in elementary school. I would get like suspended, come right back, get suspended again for fighting. I didn't care where we was. If we was at a fire drill, you said something to me, you looked at me wrong, I even thought you did something to me, I'd go to sleep in class. If I feel like you did something to me in my dream, I'm waking up and we fighting. Like that, yeah, it's stupid. So I'm fighting people for no reason, and then I'm getting suspended a lot. My mom, yap. Didn't want to hear it. Went back to school, probably lasted about a good 2 days fighting. I used to hit principals. One time I remember the janitor name was Mr. Jefferson. He was everybody's favorite janitor. And then him and like one of these officers that they called on me had to lift me up and carry me out the cafeteria. So I wanted Mr. Jefferson to put my legs down so I could get down. I was going to fight both of them. So I'm kicking Mr. Jefferson in the face. I blacked his eye because I was kicking him. I punched the principal in the stomach. And then I got suspended for that. Don't know why I didn't get expelled, but alright. And so I go back to school. My mom like, you better tell them sorry. Didn't tell them sorry, but I gave them a couple of words. Got suspended for that. And then I get, like, that was all the way from K4 through 4th grade. But, like, 5th grade, I calmed down. I was at Greenbright Elementary. And then, you know, I only got no, like, one big thing there was that was when I smacked the kid. I forgot what he did, but I just smacked him out of nowhere. And then we go and we move again. I'm in middle school, 6th grade year. And you know, every year they tell you they're not gonna put up with your stuff the next year. They're not gonna put up with it the next year, but it don't matter because I'm still going up grades. And you're not stopping me, so why do I gotta listen to you? And so 6th grade, I was playing around getting suspended. Then I stayed back, so I had to spend 2 years in 6th grade. My second year, 6th grade, I was like, nobody finna talk about me staying back. So first person that I see look at me funny, I'm fighting him every time. So there was this dude, he was messing with this person I was cool with all through elementary school named Emmanuel. He was always a great lord to me until I stayed back. And so he was like, he keep messing with me. I was like, okay, don't worry about it. I got it. So we was fighting. I seen him in lunch. He was like, I want my rematch. I was like, okay, meet me in the bathroom. Fighting every day. And like, I wasn't just like punching this kid in the face, hitting him in the stomach. I was trying to, something in my head was trying to kill this kid. Like, I was throwing his head against the hand dryers and everything. Like, and then these kids was like, y'all need to stop fighting one day. And the words that came out, I can't say, but I was like, I'm not going to quit fighting him until I would see him dead. And then turns out his mom was deaf. And so he had to act out everything that I did to him, so I got a charge for assault and battery. So I got suspended for 10 days. Man, my mom was heated. Man, that was the worst whooping I got in my life. Like, I couldn't sit down for like 2 weeks without it. Like, you want me to be real? Yeah, it's stupid. It's funny. But I couldn't sit down for like 2 weeks without it hurt. And so then my mama came home with the papers that say I got charged. And she wanted my stepdad to go to the meeting with her so he could whoop her in front of me. He could whoop me in front of her. But he was like, nah, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here. It was like, all right. I was like, you know why your mama got me here? I was like, she wants you to whoop me, don't she? He was like, yep. So my stepdad was always like, I'm not going to whoop y'all if y'all mom not here. We either going to talk or y'all just going to keep it closed. I'm going to hit you with the belt about a good 10 times. You walk off. Go do whatever you want to see your mama get home. So he hit me with the belt. I'm like, all right. He tried to make me fake cry because my mom was in a relationship at the time. So I'm like, he like, come on, yell, cry, do something. And then we're going to go downstairs. You're going to cut them onions. You're going to put, like, make sure your eyes look closer. I'm like, yes, sir. And so I'm trying, but I couldn't do it. Something about me couldn't make the voices come out. So my mom get home. She like, your dad whoop you? I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, hurt your feelings, didn't it? I was like, yeah. She went upstairs. I started laughing. But I made sure it wasn't loud enough for her to hear it. It's like, Key, you not on punishment. Jay, you got 2 decisions. You got punishment for the rest of the school year or boot camp. And she was like, I was like, I'm going to pick boot camp. She was like, all right. I would have picked punishment for the rest of the year. TV gotta be off by 9. You gotta have your shower in by 9:30. And then I want you sleep by 10 o'clock. You better have all that homework done before you even turn on that TV. So I knew how my mama was. I was the youngest. I was her baby. I was yes man to anything. So I never turned off my TV. I did what I wanted. I'm walking in and out the room. I'm knocking on her door like, hey, you got some soda? Like, I was only supposed to be drinking water and stuff. And she gave me what I wanted. One day she didn't give me what I wanted, and I got sick of her yelling and stuff. So I was already selling drugs, like, but I was sick of it. I was like, I'm sick of you talking to me, yelling at me and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm going to just get caught. And so I bring the drugs to school. I sold them to a 7th grader, but I told a 6th grader I had it. And then he didn't know that I had it. So he went and told this kid that sat behind me. And so that kid went and told the 8th grade administrator. So I got pulled out of like 2nd or 3rd period. And she was like, you got the drugs on you? I was like, what? It was like, oh, wait, scratch that. Do you know what weed is? I was like, yeah, it's an illegal drug. She was like, yeah, I heard that you have some. I was like, nope, you want to search me? She was like, yeah. And then she took me to an empty classroom. She poured out all my stuff out of my book bag. And in my head, I'm like, if she try to make me clean this up, I'm going to bash her head to the desk. Like, that's the exact words that I thought. And then she was like, oh, it's not in your book bag. Check your pocket. So I'm always wearing some basketball shorts. So she was like, what you got under your pants? I was like, basketball shorts? She was like, take off your pants, take off your shoes, and take off your socks. And off your shirt. I'm like, what? So I did that. She could go through my pants pockets. She like, you got basketball short pockets? I was like, yep. Pulled out them. She was like, where is it? I was like, I flushed it. And she was like, ain't no way you gonna flush it unless the cops after you. I'm like, nope, I flushed it. It's like, if I bring a dog in here, will the dog smell on you? I was like, do what you want. And then she was like, come to my office. So we went to her office, right? And so we got the 6th grade administrator. And so I was like, yes, I'm about to find a way to get out of home. And then I seen a cop come in there. I'm like, oh no, I'm about to have to start fake crying. So I'm like, no, don't call my mom. Please don't tell her. Please don't tell her she's going to whoop me. She's going to beat me. Oh, she gave me a whooping like this, and I couldn't sit down right for about 2 weeks. La, la, la. Please don't tell her. And so then they brought this dude in for DSS. And so when they brought the dude in from DSS, I'm like, who is this white dude? And so he pulled, and then he came in, and they was like, you're going with him. I was like, wait, who is he? And then, so we went to, like, the courthouse, like this kind of courthouse, and I had to go sit in the room. They had pulled my brother out of school, like, the cop went and got them, and he was like, y'all know what drugs are, beating around the bush and everything. My brother was like, what's going on? It's like, your little brother got into some trouble. He told us about your mom and stuff. And then, the maddest one was my brother Deontay. He was like, man, I'm not finna talk to this N-word. Like, you just snitched on my mama. I'm like, I don't care. That's why y'all gotta stay at the house with her. And that made me mad because he didn't want to talk to me. And so I go, and I'm just sitting there like, all right, y'all can leave. So they leave with my mama. My mama in there crying. I can hear her and everything because they told her I was going to go to a boys' home. And when he came back in there to get me, he was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. And so he was like, let's go. I was like, where I'm going? He was like, you going to a boys' home. So I'm going to remind y'all, I was at school when I got took by this dude. So I only got the shirt in my book bag. I don't know why I had that blue. It was a navy blue Rockaware shirt with a white Rockaware symbol. I don't know why I had it, but I had it for a reason. And so I only had my pants, my basketball short, one pair of shoes, one pair of socks, and 2 shirts, and that's all I had went to the boys' home with in my book bag. So I go there, and he like, we got a new admission. So I'm like, what? And then so they gave me clothes and everything. They got my room, and then there was 2 other people in there. When I got out the boys' home, they came up to me before I left. They was like, you know a person named Kawana Ladson? I was like, no. It was like, your mom said that was your cousin. I was like, I don't know her. And they're like, well, that's where you're going. I'm like, all right. So it was like, pack your stuff. So they give me trash bags. I pack my stuff. And then I leave. And then she was like, all right, this your new house. I'm going to go talk to Kawana. And I'm like, okay. And then I get there. I ain't changed. I was like smoking weed in the park. It really didn't matter. So then I started going to alternative school after we had the meeting at the school board. And my mom, and she knew the boss of the school board, like the head. And he used to be their principal. And so since they knew each other, he was like, look, normally I would expel you and not let you like ever come back to a school in Greenville County for what you did. I was like, oh man. It was like, but I'm gonna send you to West Greenville Alternative School. I was like, cool. And so then went there. I seen a dude that I knew from elementary school named Doc Horn. He was there. I mean, West Greenville, it was pretty easy. Like, we didn't have homework. We got out at 2:30. And so Miss Linda and Mr. Brent knew about what I did. So I came to the after-school program all the time. And Miss Linda was so disappointed. I could just see it. And she was like, you can't be doing that. And Mr. Brent was like, he called a meeting with me one time. He was like, what if I go to bat for you? I'm like, what is that? And then he was like, well, I'm going to give you a little story because everybody know how Mr. Brent liked to do stories. And he was like, I forgot the 2 dudes' names, but he said there was 2 people. One of them never did anything wrong. And then he did one wrong thing and he got kicked out. And then his friend went to bat for him and was like, look, this is his first time doing this wrong. He won't never do it again. If this happens, then you can punish both of us and stuff like that. I was like, okay. He was like, would you like me to go to bat for you? I was like, sure. Then I went to League Academy. After I finished like League, I was still at Kawana's house. And so we there, and it's summertime. I'm going to summer camp. After that, after I left her house and moved back in with my mom, that's when we kept moving. We was getting evicted and stuff like that because my mom, she started back smoking weed after a while. And so we getting evicted because she spending her money on weed. And we got evicted twice. I failed the 8th grade, but I just got skipped up because I really didn't care. And so they're like, you know that law don't, my brother was like, you know that law don't apply when you get in high school. I'm like, what law is you talking about? It's like, the law that kept skipping you up. I'm like, oh, all right, I don't care. And so I got saved this summer. It was either last year. Yeah, it was last year. So it was after 8th grade year I got saved. And I'm walking with one of the counselors named Andy. He was a counselor from the first year or something. And so we was going to go talk to one of the old campers named Malachi, see if he was going to come back to camp. And we stopped by James Howard Car on the way back. And then he asked me, did I know Christ? And I was like, nah. And so we started talking and stuff, and then I got saved. So after that, it was just like, I wasn't too quick to be angry and stuff like that. But I mean, I wish I could say my anger stopped completely and my spazzing out stopped, but no, it didn't, because like ever since I was little, I didn't really care about what people said about they was going to be there for me, because me and my mom were getting arguments and stuff. So I just kept all my anger inside. My uncle talked to me, and he was like, man, you can't be doing that. You got too much going for you. And you know I'm going to end up calling the cops. My wife can't take all that stress. I'm like, yeah, I know. And it was just out of respect. I was listening to him. And I wasn't really going to listen to nobody that didn't go through the same problems I went through. So there was only two people that I would listen to at that point in time, which was my Uncle Mike and Ryan. So me and my uncle talked about it. Ryan was outside. We talked about it. And after that, I calmed down. You know, and I'm kind of doing better. But, I'm still going to always have them problems that I had. So, yeah. Ta-da. All right, Kwame.